Hello everybody and welcome back to the ECC Season 2, where today we have the coverage of 3 games, all today from Division 3 as well. I'm going to be joined by Louis for the 3 games today.
Could you sound a little less hyped for this?
A little less hyped? We're making you feel a bit...
You sound really unhyped.
Wait, do I?
Hello everyone, welcome to this. I'm looking forward to this game. I don't know about you, Havoc, but this will be a really good game, in my opinion. PogChamp.
Yeah, we do have the 3 games today. So we've got Team Fat versus the Roots at 3, so that's about to start right away, as soon as we can, really. And then at 8 PM we have Red Water Tidal Waves versus Snakebite. And at 9 we have Meteor versus Minimum Wage. So, should we just get straight in with this? What do you or how do you think this game will pan out here between Team Fat and the Roots?
Well, I mean, both teams we saw participate in the first season didn't really have the best seasons, as far as I was aware, between the two teams. Team Fat last season, they made it to the playoffs of Div 3 at least. It was somewhat of an achievement, but they didn't quite get the result they wanted. They came 4th, I believe, in that in those playoff fixtures. But at least then, I guess they've had something to now aim for and try and build upon for this upcoming season. Snakebite, we saw him play last season as well. I can't remember much about these two teams, I'm sorry. I know that Yuri plays for Snakebite, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I've honestly have casted these two teams before.
But yeah, Team Fat here, the Roots, who do you kind of expect? Have you got a scoreline to go through here at all?
I felt like Team Fat were going to take it. I feel like it's going to be a somewhat close series, maybe a 3-1? No, 2-1 to Team Fat.
Okay. They're going to win by about 1 game, 3-1, 3-2, you think?
Yeah.
Hey.
Quite close games, I feel.
Yeah, and I kind of agree with you here that Team Fat definitely looked stronger last season. You can tell by their league position. They're coming into this higher seed here as well, so they are going to be looking strong coming into this, but the Roots are going to want to peg back as well at the same time and really almost have a comeback from last season of what we saw, and they finished second to bottom, 2 points, only 2 wins for them. Team Fat only getting 3 anyway, so it was very close in Division 3 last season, and I guess it would be very interesting if we see a lot more of the same. Would you kind of agree? It would be quite a achievement if the whole of Division 3 is quite standalone in the same amount of points area as well.
Yeah, I think in terms of Division 3, we've not really looked at Division 3 much at all this season. This is the first game I've seen from Div 3. I know there have been a couple of games been played, but Div 3 has not been one I've been fully aware of. It's something we should be aware of because they're obviously competing to try and get their name out there. They want to try and improve. They want to try and move on to these bigger teams and bigger divisions. So do keep watching them, because we might not have the highest tiered Rocket League in this division, but still they're players to look out for and players which bigger teams might want to pick up.
Yeah, and definitely last season we saw a lot of Div 3 teams really pushing it against higher rated teams as well. So there's not much of a gap. I mean, it's changed a lot this season with new teams coming in everywhere, really, across the whole range of abilities. But from what I'm aware, a Div 3 team can definitely do well in Div 2 and Div 1. So, you know, it's not too far off what you will see from Division 1 and 2. So keep your eyes peeled for this, I guess. You got anything else to say about this pre-match predictions?
No. I don't know if I should. I can see Team Fat taking this all in all.
Right, that's fair enough. We'll get this one going as soon as possible, I guess. So just stay tuned through this map animation. And here we go, the teams getting into the match. The game about to get underway here between Team Fat and the Roots.
Team Fat then going to be on the blue team, but straight away, it is going to be the Roots team trying to get an attack going forward straight away. Logic with that opening chance within the first 5 seconds. And the danger's not quite cleared away. Fat do eventually clear this ball away in the last few stages. A nice little aerial play there, but that is going to favour the Roots. And it's really the most calmest of clears. Orion, he is going to at least get a ball set up to go forward here. And Team Fat, they're going to try and get a little bit of a dribble going. A couple of missed hits by both teams, but... And Aaron? You say his name?
Arian, I believe.
Arian.
We handled it like that last season.
Nice try, Charlie. Had a nice shot, but there's a great shot by Jaden. And he's going to pit Team Fat 1-0 ahead.
Yeah, and I mean, the position, or the precision there on the shot, taking it off the bar. T-Zippy, no chance to reach it. Team Fat, bit of a shaky start, would you kind of agree, but they have taken it up at the end here.
Well, 1-0 to the Team Fat then, and yeah, just a great little start for them to try and work with Charlie Burgess. He's going to try and get the ball cleared away. Might have been a little dodgy because T-Zippy was just given a free shot at that point. Didn't quite go on target, a great save, and Charlie again, he'll be looking to clear this away. Rod, he was trying to get a bit of an aerial, a nice shot going forward here, but T-Zippy will at least get the ball offending and going forward at this stage. And Logic, a great shot, a great finish home, and that was just coming from some Team Fat defensive mistakes.
Yeah, and I feel like the save there may have been a bit weak. Charlie took a really wide turn there, and the flick just wasn't enough. I think if he took a bit more time, he could have got it out, but it was a good finish, good pressure from the Roots, and they've equalised here. 1 minute and 5 seconds gone.
1-1 then. Charlie's trying to get Team Fat to get another goal in force. I can't even talk at this point. His shot is going to be blocked by Logic Orion. This is going to be trying to dribble with the ball at this point, and it is going to be Team Fat just going to try and dribble and gain a little bit of momentum, keep the ball in their favour. But straight away, the Roots, they have to fall back. They've got to attack. Straight away, Jaden will cut away that attack. A little interception will be received by Jaden, but that just allows the Roots to push forward. A great little shot, a great chance here. But the shot by Logic just going to be cleared away. Well, only as far as T-Zippy, and he couldn't have done something better than that. And in the end, it's a shot by Orion. And that's 2-1 to Roots. Sorry, Fat.
Yeah, and Arian just with that open shot, T-Zippy keeping it down the middle. It would have been much more safe there for him if he tried to play it out wide a bit more than he did. But he just kept it down the middle. And he's pretty much gifted Team Fat a goal there. They're 2-1 up.
Jaden, Aaron, they've both got the goals at this point. Logic, he's going to try and ignite and spark something forward for the Roots. I can't really talk. A great shot by Zippy. That somehow just knocks away off the crossbar. He can knock it in though. And we're tied up here in this Division 3 fixture.
It's very end-to-end here, stuff here. Sorry, but T-Zippy given quite a lot of time there by Arian. He ends up backflipping as well, not taking his time with the clear. And the Roots tie it up here.
A really close game in the early stages here. Only 3 minutes in and still, or 2 minutes in. 4 goals straight away, and it feels like both teams really want to try and get these attacks going, and both sides really not looking that great on the defensive end. A great shot by Jaden, but it could only hit the crossbar, and straight away the Roots are trying to now aggress forward. Run. A couple of missed shots, but in the end, a good coordinated play as T-Zippy has to block the shot by Jaden Moores. T-Zippy going to be going down the other end to try and get an attack going for the Roots, but in the end, no powerful shots. So both sides really able to read and intercept each other's efforts.
Yeah, and I feel like the teams are giving the opposition a lot of time. As you were saying, defense is more poor as they try and push for the goal, but they need to really put pressure on, as they're not seeming to do in the defense at the moment. And I gotta link it back to last season here. For Team Fat, Charlie Burgess really had an outstanding performance, and they take the lead here, but continuing that on, Charlie Burgess just was all over the place for them, in a good way, sorry, should I say, but he got their goals often. We just need to see that from him and Spark. Have the Spark to take their team forward.
3-2 then in favour of Fat, and they took the lead. They are now back in the lead at this stage. Charlie Burgess is going to try and get a ball sent forward here. The Fat team don't really have many people there. There was a chance there by Orion, but it didn't really capitalise or reach anywhere. Charlie Bird trying to recenter the ball and try to get another attack going, but They have to rotate forward at this point, and Jaden, both sides just knocking the ball, just long, dead balls going in each other's halves, and neither team really able to capitalize. They're sort of getting the balls to go forward here, but they can't quite link up the plays correctly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I kind of agree. It's just a bit end to end, and they're not really passing it about. T-Zippy taking that long shot as well, and the defense, as we say time and time again, just isn't there.
That was a great little finish home by T-Zippy. It was a long range effort. Charlie Birch would have been there just to knock it in if needed to. 3-3 then in this fixture. And Jaden Moores will just get the ball controlled. Team's really waiting for the ball to just try and count down. It feels really messy, but I know it's not really. Orion, you're trying to just get a little dribble going and force Charlie Burgess. He's still alive in the boxing. He was just trying to read that ball really from his opposition. Still a great little aerial attack. There was a player there, but it wasn't quite in the right position. But still a great little chance there. It was by Jaden Moores, but he couldn't quite knock it home at this stage. A minute to go, and Yo Logic will capitalize and send the ball in the other direction, but only as far as Orion. And now Roots, they will push forward, but both sides are easily able to intercept and read each other's attacks.
Yeah, and there's a shot here from Logic. He takes lead from the Roots, but we just need the teams to push forward a bit more and be a bit more almost clinical in their attacks while keeping their defenses strong as well. They just need to make sure they get the goal while defending, but we've seen such a high scoring game here. They just need to balance it up a bit.
On the Roots, they are now in the lead, and it'll be so great if they can try and hold on to this. So many times they've had to try and claw back into the game, and there's a chance and a half. Jaden Moores, it was only an easy little save he had to make, but Yo Logic, a great little chance. It's centered in the box, and Orion, he will just knock it away as now Fat, they try and push forward at 20 seconds, and a little nice dribble there. It's T-Zippy knocking it away. One more chance potentially for Team Fat. As they recenter the ball, the shot by Charlie Burgess isn't quite going to knock onto anyone, but a couple missed efforts. T-Zippy will at least clear it away, but it's not quite cleared yet. Towards the sidewall, one last chance. The ball's really crossed in, but the Roots, they've just about done enough to clear it away, and they will take this first map here.
Yeah, and we saw a very almost shaky performance from both teams, but the Roots do come out on top. 10 shots to their name, but you know, a team really needs to push forward in game number 2, keep the defense strong as well. Game number 2 here, game number 2 here, about to get underway. The Roots taking that first game 4-3 in quite a close encounter, but the defenses really need to tighten up here.
A great little shot from kickoff as Redrod tried to get that early shot. It was Orion with the save and the defense, and look at all this pressure being applied by the Roots team straight away. It is Team Fat having to defend and lure the ball away. T-Zippy is going to try and start another chance, a little nice effort, a couple missed shots, a couple missed hits, and somehow that goes in. It was so close to just being knocked out. Really unlucky by Fat in the defensive end.
Yo, I can't tell if he really faked out there. Jaden, Arian,
Charlie Burgess, his save.
He just couldn't take it away with the power. I mean, it was a bit shaky in defense again, but the fake may have taken at least 2 of the players out there and made it hard for Charlie to hook it way off the line.
Unlucky by Charlie, but straight down the other end, it is Fat trying to get this equalising goal. Somehow they hook it away and force the pressure onto themselves at the back end of this. It is Logic. He wants to try and get the ball. That was Jaden Moore. As Fat now try and push forward, trying to get an attempt going. Rod is trying to just knock it away, really. And the ball's being centered into the box. Somehow the Fat, they're not quite clear where the ball's going at this stage, and they will have to fall back and rotate back towards their own goal. And the chances are alive here. And Jaden Moore just really lucky that he was able to knock it away, and they've just got an empty goal to knock into. No one there quite right. Unlucky from the Roots.
Yeah, and the Roots were all really committed there. You saw all three of the players up in the attacking half. T-Zippy getting demoed. He was pretty much the last man on the edge of the box, and it just completely messed up their defensive route back, and therefore Team Fat get the equaliser.
So close to kick off an early shot there. It had to be hooked away by T-Zippy in the defence for the Roots. But Jaden Moore, he's not trying to get this attack over yet. Another shot into the box as T-Zippy gets demoed away. It's Charlie Burgess. Again, an empty net. He was so close to knocking that in. Just the angle wasn't quite right for him. It is Logic. A missed defensive hit. And now the blue team can capitalise. Jaden Moore, that's 2-1 to Team Fat.
On that, for the Roots, was really poor defending. They probably know they should have done better there. I think it was Logic missing the ground attempt. Rud just stuck there, not really knowing what to do after that miss, and Team Fat are gifted a goal once again. 2-1 here.
That's a great response, but the orange team, the Roots, they'll just be so gutted by how that ended up in the end. Jaden Moores, he wanted to try and get a shot going central. Wasn't quite central, it was towards the right-hand side of the wall. Logic will destroy Charlie in that little play, and now it's towards the Team Fat end where they now have to defend. T-Zippy's shot, and not quite the defensive end on Team Fat there.
Yeah, and Arian really slow off the backboard there. It was a really well-placed shot from T-Zippy, just too far to place it away from, or for Jaden to get it, and Arian, but I feel like the backboard effort could have been a bit quicker, and therefore been able to hook it off the line. But they've equalised it up again here, the Roots, and they may have a chance to push on to win it in game number 2 as well.
Another chance for Charlie there as he looked to try and get a ball and a shot going for Team Fat. It is now Team Fat who has to rotate back and focus on their defense. A little dribble coming in, and Logic almost beat both his players. It was Charlie with a great little save there, but still this clearance, this ball isn't quite going away from the Team Fat end. And Charlie Burgess is looking to ignite and spark a little chance going forward here. A couple missed hits for the orange team. Charlie, he's so close to knocking this in, but Team Fat, they can't quite find the target at this stage. Demos galore in both directions and straight down the other end. Team Fat now forced to defend away this loose ball. It's such end-to-end stuff, and another chance by T-Zippy, but Jaden, another clinical finish. They're not giving up on this attack, and you can tell that the Roots don't want this game to be over quite yet as Rodrod looks to send another ball forward in. Arian will just clear it away, and Charlie, his shot is there. And they tried to get it off the back wall, wasn't quite finishing. Jaden, his shot just hooked away. A great smart save.
Yeah, and both teams really stepping up pressure here. We see Team Fat quite often on the defensive route at the moment. The Roots really pushing forward, really trying to get that winner. With 2 minutes to go here, actually, they have time, but they are trying to get a goal ahead here and knock off the defensive rotation from Team Fat.
A great save by Charlie then. Both sides really don't want to keep denying the pressure, and they're keeping this pressure not just on the other team, but on themselves. I'm losing track of what to say at this point. Arian is just waiting for the ball to clock down. Teammate did just nudge him. They just bumped him. Ray Rodrod, he's going to try and get a spark of ball going. Both sides predicting the other player to hit it. T-Zippy, a missed defensive hit. Jaden, though, he can just calmly get it away. I say calmly get it away. The danger is still there, and this is so messy. I'm getting so lost in this.
Yeah, and you can tell that Team Fat are just like being boost starved. The Roots applying all this pressure means that they're taking the left and right boost of the Team Fat defense, and it means they can't get it away. You know, there's constant pressure from the boost difference, and this is all they need really. Team Fat to push it forward once, and they've taken it. That was their first chance, probably in good 3 minutes, would you say? And they've just taken it forward surprisingly and got the goal.
Yeah, Arian was a player who knocked that home in the end. It was Team Fat who, as you said, they've been defending for the past few minutes, and it's only now that they've had a spark into live. Really lucky against a counter play there. Rod, his shot from kickoff. So many shots from kickoff, and neither of them quite landing in. Arian's save some point, but the Roots, they tried to get a shot going, and now they are the players who have to rotate back, just focused on defense. End-to-end stuff as Arian tries to get the ball cleared for his team. Passing to Charlie, a great passing play, but just wasn't quite on target by Arian. The ball still alive here for Team Fat in 30 seconds. That's a great shot, but the save even better by Rod. They're not done with this yet, and Charlie Burge has to just pinch it away just to try and keep that alive, but it went down that one end, straight down the other. Drayden's shot, saved by Logic. Logic is so close, and he can just about knock it away. It did hit the back wall. End-to-end stuff. I think Fat have just about got this. The Roots not going to give up just yet. 0 seconds. Just going to knock it down here. And the Roots, they are just going to try and keep it alive at least. Don't know if they can. TZP will get it down. And in the end, Team Fat take that.
And we saw Rutherford take the ball off the line where it's probably 50% over to keep the chance alive, but they just couldn't attack from it. And it just kept it Team Fat with the lead, and they take game number 2 here. Game number 3 here, starting up. Team Fat taking that last game 3-2. And we've seen 12 goals in 2 games here. And there's a lot of action going on.
Yeah, really end-to-end stuff. And straight away, that end-to-end stuff is already underway. Charlie Burgess, he'll find a go within the first 8 seconds of this. Team Fat, they've got the lead here.
Yeah, and perfectly timed from what we were saying. Charlie Burgess taking it forward. The Roots defense was really lackluster there. No one could work out who's going to go for it, and they all pre-jumped, and it was pretty much an open net in the end because of the defensive errors which took place.
Straight down the other end, T-Zippy trying to get a shot going forward here. He did demo one of the defending players there, but no one was quite there in the end to hook the ball forward for Team Fat. Charlie will at least try and get something forward here. Great shot, but it wasn't quite on target in the end from the Team Fat roster. The Roots now on the defensive end of this. Another shot by Team Fat in the hands of Charlie. Another shot by Arian, but the defense is just equal to it. Now we got some passing play, and that was really well executed. Charlie Burgess, a great shot home, 2-0 to Team Fat.
Yeah, that was just a perfect play there. Jaden noticing that his opportunity and angle wasn't quite enough, realizing Charlie was in the perfect position to have a full open net to shoot it into. He puts it perfectly into bottom corner. And this is what I was saying, Charlie being the centre of attention a lot of the games last season. He's taken it back into his own hands again here in Game 3 and leading them on very well.
From this game already, he looks like, or from this whole series even, he's been quite an influential player for Team Fat. Team Fat, they are the team now trying to go forward. Arian's latest attempt is going to be saved and cleared away by Rod, but the clearance wasn't fully there. Charlie Burgess is really trying to keep this alive for Team Fat. Another great shot by Jaden, but Logic's great save. Another shot by Arian. Rod is the person to clear it away, but a third shot again with Logic hooking it away. Jaden should try and get it cleared away, but it is Roots who defend it away at this stage. Another shot did just hit the back wall, and somehow the Roots can survive another scare. Charlie Burgess, he wanted the shot. He had an open goal to work with, but wasn't quite on target. Down the other end, the Roots now trying to work forward, trying to get this attack going. We've not really seen many chances from them in the past few minutes that there was a chance, but Rudrod's shot is saved by Team Fat, and now they do clear it away, and Team Fat now going on the offensive end. Rudrod, he has to knock away this ball and try and clear it, but it's not going his way. An empty goal. No one quite there for Team Fat, who will have to now rotate backwards as TCP now takes a shot. Another effort, a loose ball to work with. Can't quite get it centered. Team Fat, they're just equal to all these chances at the moment.
Yeah, and the Roots really need to get out of the defence. We've seen probably 5 saves in a row. They haven't had a shot since. Really, they may have had 1 or so. But Team Fat really piling on the pressure. They're getting very unlucky, you know, a lot of chance against the bar or post. They just need to be a bit more clinical, and they could be a good 4 or 5 goals up right now.
Well, 2 players from Team Fat just double commit to that. TZP, he had a chance to work with there, but the angle of the ball didn't quite work the angle of his car. Halfway through this game, and still 2-0 to Team Fat. We've not really seen a shot on target yet from the Roots team. It's something they'll be desperate to try and do here. And now they've got a chance to try and work with. Logic did try and get the ball down, but that was only going to fall as far as Jaden. The Team Fat now look to get a shot going. An attack is there. A great little save, actually, by Yo Logic from Charlie's shot. And now straight down the other end. Zoop. Roots were trying to push forward there, but Jaden towards an empty goal. Trying to get a 3-0 lead here. The defense stays strong for the Roots.
Yeah, and we see another minute of attack from Team Fat. The Roots really struggling here.
What?
And I think he was boostless again. Arian just coming in and finishing it off into the open net. And the Roots are really struggling here.
Yeah, we've seen such great games on the last time, and this time we've not really seen much of a response. Either that, Team Fat just seem to have... Team Fat, I feel they've had a lot more possession in this game and a lot more control of the pace, and for the Roots this game, they've not really had anything to work with. They've now got an empty goal, and they can at least scramble the ball away for now. It's a chance now for the Roots to try and capitalise and push forward. 1 player there, and that is only T-Zippy. He had a player in the centre. The defence remains strong, and Charlie will hook the ball away as now the Roots look to fall back and play defensive. Jaden's just going to try and dribble the ball here. Nothing quite yet, as Arian was there with a chance, an attempt. Nothing quite just yet as the ball just gets hooked around between each of the team's halves. Neither team able to control the ball for now. It's just end-to-end stuff as we approach the final minute.
Yeah, I feel like the Roots, I mean, they don't need to win this game, but they definitely need a goal to take it into game number 4 and really start a bit higher than they have this game at the moment. You know, they need that confidence boost. But I feel like, you know, we were saying about how Team Fat changed and they're putting much more pressure on. You see them at every single loose ball, and they're really pushing every single opportunity, which the Roots are not doing, and this is shown in the 4-goal lead here with 40 seconds left.
Charlie Burgess hit a hat-trick. He had a first shot, which was a really well saved and read by the defence, but they couldn't do anything about that. Charlie Burgess is there just to tap him the ball into a free net at this stage. 4-0 to Team Fat. This looks to be game over at this stage. As we approach the last 30 seconds, not quite game over because this is Rocket League, and a great shot by Logic, and he's just got one back for the Roots.
Yeah, I'm not sure here how this is going to happen. 34 seconds left. 3 goals are needed. If we take into account how they played so far, it's going to be impossible, but, you know, this is a goal which could really boost their confidence, as I've said before, and, you know, there's enough time, but they need 3 goals almost from kickoff.
And it was actually Team Fat who had a chance from kickoff there, and they're going to be applying the pressure in the latter stages of this game. Charlie looking to dribble the ball, and just a great little aerial play there. He did get the ball centred, but the defence from the Roots was just holding off strong for now. 15 seconds, a chance maybe for the Roots, as Logic wanted to find the shot, didn't quite calculate the ball effectively. Unlucky there. Zip. He will get the ball forward yet again, but it is Team Fat just in full control of this game, and they'll be taking us to a 4th game with a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, definitely. They looked so strong that game, and I don't know if it was them being strong or the Roots being a bit more shaky in the way they were defending, which was definitely happening. But Charlie Burgess getting that hat-trick, getting 8 shots on his own, the Roots only getting 2 together, and it was a really well-deserved win there from Team Fat. Okay, game number 4 here. Team Fat 2-1 up. And, you know, it's just this game. They need to take the victory in their first league game of the season, but the Roots can definitely do more here.
Yeah, there's going to be the Roots starting this off quite strongly, the early stages here, as Team Fat are forced to defend away these early chances and attempts. TZP was looking to get an attack going forward here, but straight down the other end, they now have to rotate. Team Fat, they're aggressing forward. They're trying to get something going here. Great shot, and the chance was there for Arian to try and knock it in, but Jaden's original shot was just on point so far. Either side breaking the deadlock just yet, and now an empty goal for Fat to try and defend away. It is Tipsy with a nice shot there, and a great response shot by Yo Logic. He will just knock home the rebound effort.
And it's definitely what they need here. Logic taking the opening goal. If the Roots don't pick up the game from last match, then they've lost the series. And, you know, they definitely need to pick it up, get this equaliser, and take that chance in game number 5. But it's all to play for this game.
Now, this was a great start. It's just what the Roots needed. Team Fat, they'll be looking to equalise and get a response on course at this stage. And they are trying to go forward here, but it is the Roots team who are just defending this array quite calmly, quite convincingly. Fat, they're now feeling the pressure. A great shot by TZP, but Arian was there, the response. And this is what we really wanted to see from Roots last time. Jaden, he tried to go solo there with that effort. He had a shot which was well saved by the Roots defense. Now down the other end, the Roots, they're attacking. They're trying to get something going, but Jaden can just knock it away against the backball. And it is defended away by Team Fat in the end. Charlie Burgess is going to look to try and spark a life and get an attack going, but Arian can't quite hold on to the ball. And can't quite get that even, no boost. You should try that with boost, then it will work. Yo, Logic.
I'll say this game so far that the Roots are kind of looking a bit more confident, and they're playing a bit more calmly and almost a bit more. They're almost a bit more freestyly in terms of Rocket League in the way that they're playing. They're attempting these shots which they wouldn't have done in games 1, 2, or 3, and they're almost trying to change their playstyle to get the win here.
They know at this point they've got to try and win this, and they are attacking forward and they're pressing forward. Another chance, another attack. Charlie Burgess, he's just waiting for the ball to try and land in his favour at the moment. Won't quite get it for now, and Team Fat, they really are feeling the pressure at this point. They are trying to get the ball forward here, but it's only going as far as the Team Roots defense, and they are now attack forward. A double commit could have been a bit costly there, as Jaden now goes down the other end for Fat, and now pushing forward. A dribble here by Charlie. He tried to outplay his defender. TZP, a great save at the back. As we approach a half-minute mark, it is still the Roots of this league, and Team Fat not really seeing much of them.
Yeah, and I feel like with the confidence comes a lot of double commits at the moment in Division 3. You know, we're seeing Team Fat trying to push forward, but when they do challenge the ball, there's 2 of them going quite often. It means that they're really out of place in defence. The Roots need to capitalise on that, though, as they are having really the same problem, but in the attack instead. 2 of them are going for the shot instead of 1. And, you know, that's what they need to improve to really help themselves within these last 2 potential matches.
2 minutes to go. TZP and the Roots so far, they've done what they've needed to do. They've got the goal. They're defending well, and they're trying to keep this pressure momentum up in their favours. Jaden Moores tries to get a shot, something at least to go forward for Team Fat, but they're not really able to coordinate as well as they have done in these previous games. Jaden Moore, shot will just be cleared away quite nicely. Charlie Burgess, he wanted to try and get it, but the Roots, they clear. Now they push forward and make Team Fat rotate backwards. TZP is trying to get that ball forward, but a messy loose ball, which no one can really control, just land in the favour of the Roots, who now push forward. There was an empty goal there, but Jaden, he was equal and easily able to control it. But Fat, they're making these mistakes in the back, and these could be costly as TZP tries to get the ball going forward here. Nothing quite yet. Team Fat for now survive another square. Now that's the Roots left to fall back. And I say defend, they don't even have to defend. They can just send the ball back forward again. A minute to go, and another chance up on the Roots. TZP's great shot from Logic's pass makes it 2-0 to Roots.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what happened in defence there. TZP with only a 92 km/h shot. Jaden Moore caught really out of position at the back post there. He was a bit too far out of his net, and the Roots with a 2-goal lead here, and they're in a really good position to take it to game 5.
Yeah, Team Fat, they really haven't broken up or grown into this, and if Roots get this, then they'll have the momentum to take with them going into the next game, or you might have the case that they just play it safe. But Team Fat, they're not done with this yet. Arian had a later shot, which was just knocked away, and Team Fat, they were trying to push forward. They're trying to scrape the ball at least into the center, and they can't quite do it. Your logic, he's the player to clear the ball away. Rod, a great little shot, a great little chance to pass the ball into the center. Arian and Team Fat, they keep having to fall back and defend, and it gets into the corner of the map, which no one can really control it as well. T-Zippy is keeping this chance alive as Roots try and pressure forward. 15 seconds, and chance potentially for Team Fat towards an empty goal, but a great crucial save by Logic, and that could have just kept it a clean sheet. Jaden Moore trying to keep this alive. I don't think there's anything else for Team Fat in this game. Rod, one last chance. And in the end, it is the Roots who are going to take us to that 5th decider game.
Yeah, game 5 looming here, and it's really about now how both teams are going to play. Are they going to keep attacking and having that mentality, or are they going to play it safe, as you were kind of speculating? And we'll have to find out here for who will take the series in the first game of Division 3. Game 5, the deciding match underway here. And it's really about who's got the power of the wheel to get the goals early on, and the Roots taking that as I say that. They really want to make up for that third game, which they did lose 4-1.
Yeah, we saw Team Fat, obviously. They scored a goal in, I think it was the second or third game within the first 10 seconds. And now Roots have done the same in this map, but this map a lot more pivotal, this being the decider map in this series. Team Fat, they want to try and get a response early on, but the Roots, they're the team pushing forward, and they're trying to get some opening. They've got an empty goal almost to work with. Arian was a player at the back to clear it away for Team Fat. Now Team Fat, they apply the pressure, they push forward here, but Yo Logic just speeding down there just to get the ball cleared away, and we're right back down the other end as Roots. They're going to try and control the ball, try and get something sparked into life here. At this stage, nothing quite yet. T-Zippy just going to reverse back into that as you do, just casually. Why not? Burgess gets demoed. And Yo Logic and the Roots. Oh, goodbye, Logic. You just got completely wiped apart. Team Fat, they were looking to try and get the ball there. The ball was centered, but there was no one quite there at this stage. It was like quite quiet and messy game from both sides. Both sides itching to try and get this next goal and trying to get something in this series.
Yeah, and the Roots being 1 goal up, they have 2 different options here. We keep summing up these options in game number 5, but the first one is to really push an attack for a second goal to give them a cushion here. Oh, but that's going to happen as well. I wasn't quite sure if that was going to clip the bar, but it does sail in. Arian struggling to get that. But the second option really now is just to sit back and allow the pressure to come onto them with the confidence that they'll get it away. But only 1 minute and 20's passed, and there's a lot of time to go here for Team Fat to get back.
PogChamp, that shot was insane, and well played to T-Zippy, who will give his side a 2-0 lead. Team Fat now on the attacking end as they look to get something going forward here. For every attack they do, there's always a counter attack from the other team, and Rod, he's trying to get a third goal here for the Roots. They have been defending for a couple of seconds, but now they have to go back and defend. Rod couldn't quite clear that away, wasn't quite going in a attacking position for any of the Roots players, who will keep this shot and chance alive here. And Logic, he had to get that, but Arian can get a goal back for Team Fat.
Yeah, and There was a lot of pressure from the Roots, and it just stopped there. The one time Team Fat had that chance and had the time to shoot, they took it. Made it as awkward as possible for all the defense of the Roots, and they've got one back here. 3 minutes left to go. Game 5, and mentalities are going to be changing.
Rod can just carefully clear the ball away. Did hit his teammate, but it's okay. They have got it cleared away only temporarily, and they will now push forward. It's now Fat having to fall back, having to defend all these shots, all these chances. The Roots are trying to really push forward towards them. Jaden Moore is the player to knock it away, and that could have been a costly mistake because it's an empty goal for them to try and shoot into. And somehow, Team Fat can't quite knock it in. The Roots are somehow saving and denying all these chances, and I don't know how they've not found a way back into this Team Fat. Another chance by Arian, and Team Fat, they just knock it back into their own half, and a costly mistake there by Charlie, but Jaden Moore, he was equal to it. He can clear it away. Team Fat, they're now going to aggress forward, try and get another shot and play. Enforce a great shot by Charlie, and that's 2-2. Team Fat, they tie up this game.
There we go. That's how quick a game can turn around. Game 5 here. Team Fat really putting on that pressure again. The Roots not getting equal to it as they have done previously, but it's kind of, this last stint of play is really reminding me of Game 3 and how Team Fat really took that away. Would you kind of agree they're almost stepping back up the pressure and turning it back into that Game 3 since their 2-goal deficit?
Well, yeah, they needed to find something back in this game, because if it was 3-0, the mentality could have just dropped in the players. They really had to get this response going. They got what they had to. They do tie it up. 2 minutes to go, and both sides now going to be really desperate to try and find a winner. Team Fat obviously want to complete this reverse. Team Roots won't want to lose in this fashion after going 2-0 up, and it is Team Fat now on the aggressive end of this chance. Arian, he was trying to center it, wasn't quite falling to his position. Jaden's enter will be ended up meeting Charlie, but his shot cleared away by Logic. Arian trying to keep this alive, trying to get something forward here by Fab, but Logic, he intercepted that really well and forces it back on the defensive end for TZP. I'm really getting lost. It's just so quick, and I don't know.
Yeah, and both teams are just really trying to get that play, and as you say, it's really quick, but the point is that they're really, a lot of players are going for one ball, and that's a real trouble here for both teams, as if you're committing that many players forward, a 50-50 forward will mean your defence is weak, and there's almost an open chance for the opposition. So you just really need to even it up again and get going in the attacks which they have had in the past.
45 seconds. It's a bit of a more tense scenario here for both these teams. We haven't gone to overtime one bit yet, and we might not even need to here. Rud, a great shot, and his rebound effort was knocked in by Logic. 3-2 to Roots, and they've just got back in the lead.
Yeah, we're seeing like real times of only one team pushing forward, you know. There's always one team pressuring for a good half a minute and then switching around. Here, the Roots take their chance during their stint of attack, and they've made it 3-2 with only 30 seconds left to go. They just need to hold it out now, and they've got the victory.
Now, Fat, they're really trying to keep the ball going forward here, keeping it out of their half and keeping the pressure on Team Roots. And it is the Roots who are, for now, having to just defending away. Team Fat, they're trying to do whatever they can. They're trying to center the ball. Charlie Burgess, he does try and center the ball as Logic missed that shot. The shot there by Aaron was well saved by Rod. And this is going to be one last chance, one last attack for Team Fat. The ball is there. There's two players in defense. They double commit for it in the defensive end. They can clear it away. And in the end, Rod, he's going to knock it down. The Roots, they win this best of 5.